ready to start recording?
It's time for the Film Studies Club podcast.
Oh, cool. Count us down.
Okay, this is gonna take some time because I've decided, because this is the 10th episode, I'm gonna count us down at 10 BPM. So I'm gonna get my metronome out.
Nick, that means that there's 10 beats a minute.
Okay,
It's gonna take him 30 seconds to count down.
okay, let's do this.
All right.
10, 9,
No, wait, Paul, can you count down from 5? You always count
8.
down from 5.
Can't stop him now.
Oh, I
Robert.
do.
Yeah, you always count down from 5.
7. We're only halfway there. Kind
No,
of.
we're not.
I know, but
Thanks.
this is gonna be a really awkward intro if you're just saying random numbers and without.
Hey, this is fun. This is really fun. 5.
All right, we haven't even
4.
introduced the podcast yet. It's not like we can actually talk about anything.
3. 2.
All right, welcome to the.
Don't-
No, I'm not done yet. 1. All right, we're live. Congratulations.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 10th episode of the Film Studies Club podcast.
10 weeks. We've been doing this for 10 weeks. That's crazy.
I know, it really doesn't feel like 10 weeks, but it also feels like 50 weeks, like weirdly enough. I am
Yeah.
joined by my vice host, Pahul Chabra.
Pahul Chabra. What's up? Hi, my name is
I'm joined by
Pahul
my
Chabra.
vice host.
Pahul Chabra.
I will get that down one day. And of course, always our fact checker / really bad at doing this podcast extraordinaire, Nicholas Manna.
Hi.
Yeah.
Nick, by the way, we have been doing this for 10 weeks, but you have been doing this for 9 weeks because
Oh,
you were
I,
on
edit,
the
I
first
edited.
episode.
Okay, whatever. Fine.
Yeah, but you were on it, so nobody cares about the editor. You know, it's not the editors that are.
I
making
would
the
have.
big
I
bucks
would
in
have joined if
Hollywood.
I could have. I literally would. I was not able to do it.
No, then we tried to call you so that you could like phone into the first episode, but you were asleep.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I called him multiple times on
But I'm
Discord,
here
on
now.
Skype,
I'm
and
here. I'm here now, and that's all that matters.
And we can't change history. It's crazy. When we started this podcast, movie theaters were like just starting to close. And now they've been closed for 10 weeks. And this podcast was founded on the idea that we would review new movies.
But I like the old movies thing though. It's not that bad.
I like
Pretty
it, but
fun.
it's also not unique. So it's not like we're going to get any extra, followers based off of it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we have 19 listeners,
On Apple Podcast?
I think, in total.
That's not bad. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
I heard that Joe Rogan's moving to Spotify, so we're gonna have some heavy competition in Spotify soon.
Oh, wait, like, is he still going to be on iTunes, or is it just he's going to Spotify?
Eventually,
and-
by the end of this year, he's gonna completely move to Spotify.
Okay, so then by the time that he's off of iTunes,
Oh
Then-
yeah, well, yeah,
yeah, that's our time to shine. We can be the next Joe Rogan podcast.
that's true.
We should get Joe Rogan on. How do you think we could do that?
We could just like email.
I think
him.
we should email him.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm going to look up his email right now, and I will email him while we are recording. Joe Rogan email. What are the odds that he says yes?
1 in 2,000.
Oh, for podcast guest booker Matt Sags. For sponsorship or other inquiries. This is really threatening. How much do you
I
think
mean-
it would cost to have him on? Do you think we could afford him?
I think if he likes us, it's free. If he doesn't like us, then it's probably like 10 million, somewhere around there.
I doubt it's $10 million for one podcast episode.
Well, I mean, depends on how long the podcast is.
I bet we could like max pay him to be on for like 30 seconds.
That's like $1,000.
But that would be so worth it. Like that that would be way better than any other type of advertising we would do with $1,000. Because think about how many people listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. That's literally millions of people that would suddenly have an interest in our podcast.
Sure, yeah, maybe.
It's not a bad idea. Maybe we should consider this.
Well, I mean, we tried to get some other people on the podcast. I'm not going to name names here, and they're much smaller than Joe Rogan. No offense,
I
and
know.
they didn't come on.
I know,
Why
but
would
that's,
Joe Rogan come on?
well, it's because I messaged them on Patreon, and like that wasn't maybe that wasn't the best place to pay to do it. Maybe I should tweet at him because I tweeted at the podcast, and they liked my tweet. So maybe if I tweet at them, they will see it.
I think we should get big enough, though. We should like get bigger.
How are we going to get bigger without taking the necessary steps?
We're gonna keep doing this, and people are gonna stumble upon it.
But that was my mantra with the clever critics for 5 years, and that has not grown at all.
Well, I can't argue with that.
I don't know. You know what? We should do some sort of like promotional thing where like we give away like a $50 Amazon gift card or something.
Oh,
We
I have an
streak at the
idea.
world at the wait, what's it called?
No. We have a thing where we say a
Super Bowl.
coupon code in the middle of the podcast somewhere, and they're gonna have to note it down. And if they go to Panda Express with that coupon code, they get like 50% off an orange chicken or something.
That would be so easy to do too. We just need to search the web for like that means we'd have to get a sponsorship with Panda Express though, or we could get like
No, we
sued.
don't.
I want to get a sponsorship by like a really big thing, you know, like
Yeah,
the
if we
Democratic
Streak during
Party.
the Super Bowl. Streak during the Super Bowl.
If we could get sponsored by any company, who would you want it to be?
Or like the Republicans.
Gamer subs.
Like the
I wanna
whole
get sponsored
Republican
by the
Party?
Republicans. Yeah, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, both of them, they're fighting for us.
They're fighting for our pod. So we split the American like vote.
Exactly.
I don't know if that would work as much because we have one socialist, one Bernie supporter, and one like I don't even know what to define Nick as politically. I think just stupid.
Well, Nick wanted to kill anyone who didn't let him use ad block a few minutes ago.
That's
So
true.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Nick's kind of a semi-authoritarian dictator kind
Nick,
of guy.
where do you
know?
identify politically?
I
Okay, Nick, answer me this one question, okay? What do you think about weed legalization?
think we should be legal.
Okay, so
Alright.
he's a libertarian for sure. Do you believe in capitalism or
Abortion?
socialism?
Or that?
I don't have an answer for that.
See, then that's where we stop. We don't know really where to go from there.
All right, good effort, Nick. Congratulations.
I'll be
Nick-
right back. I need to go get some mac and cheese.
Are you serious?
Live on the podcast.
My mom made it. I don't know what to tell you.
He's getting mac and cheese live on the. I swear, Nick eats like he eats like 6 meals a day with how often he like
Nick's
goes.
extremely unhealthy. I'm kind of worried about him.
Yeah, I don't know if we should be talking about this on the podcast, but
I think that the only time I've seen Nick exercise outside of PE was during his video when he was running for vice president and he was running on the treadmill. That's the only time I've seen him exercise.
that was really good. That was really good. We
Yeah.
should talk about our elections to try to fill time until Nick gets back.
Alright.
How was yours going, Paul?
Well, I don't think I have an opponent. I'm not sure. So it's going pretty well. I think my video was okay, and I got my signatures, so I'm ready to go.
Yeah, no, I don't think that you have a competitor either. I don't think I do. I don't think I have a competitor.
I haven't
think-
heard from anyone for treasurer, vice president, or secretary.
Right,
I've heard that 2 people are going for president, but
right, which is
we're good.
Which is Niley Rickles versus Natalie
Natalie
News,
News.
which should be an interesting showdown. I'm actually curious to
Yeah.
see how that will pan out
Yeah.
because I think one of them has burned a lot of bridges, and I'm curious like how much like if burning too many bridges is like if that'll backfire on him, you know, just based off of his past.
Well, I think we've already made it clear who you're talking about because you refer to the person as him. I mean, obviously, Natalie News is a girl's name. Come on.
It's too late now. I'm fine with him hearing this. In fact, if we have to work with him in office, I think it's even better that he knows where we stand right now. But I think I'm going to vote for him. Are you going to?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm gonna see both of their videos. I'm gonna see what they have to offer. Right now, I don't know who I'm leaning towards, but I'm impressed with the amount of effort Niley Rickles is putting in, like Instagram
Yeah,
live videos and
eating
like all that.
pickles, eating
Yeah,
pickles on his live video.
that's pretty insane.
That is nuts. Nick, how's your election going?
I don't know. What do you
Like, how's your did you get your signatures? How's your video going? Like, is everything up to date? Kind of that.
Everything is up to date. I got all my signatures pretty early, in fact.
Nice.
I put up my video in time. I think the video is
Awesome.
pretty good, but to be honest, that all doesn't matter. All I needed was my signature since I'm running unopposed. Therefore, I win, and I am the senior class secretary.
No, you're the vice president.
The vice president.
Oh my god.
Well, who is senior class secretary? I'm senior class treasurer.
I'm
Sorry.
like Hamilton.
I kind of wish that Michael Bunty was running. I mean, yeah, no, we had him on the podcast. It's fine. I kind of wish Michael Bunty was running for a senior class president, because I think
Then that would be 3 people. That would be extremely competitive.
I know it would be, but I mean, like, maybe take one of them out and have them run for ASB secretary instead, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about movies now.
Yeah, let's talk about movies.
What order?
Whoa.
What?
We haven't
Trivia?
explained our backgrounds.
Oh,
dude,
that's
oh
a
my
how did
God.
we put that much buffer time at the start of the video without even talking about our
Yeah, no, I came back and you were like talking about nothing about movies.
We're
Okay, Nick,
filling
what's your
time because
background?
we're busy eating mac and cheese.
Yeah,
dude.
how's the mac and cheese?
I haven't tasted it yet.
But please taste it and then tell us.
Yeah,
It's
everybody
hot. You
silent.
want me to burn myself?
Oh,
We
fuck.
kind of do want you to, yeah.
That would be pretty funny. That's like one of those videos that go viral, like Charlie's biting my finger or whatever, like he bit me or something like that.
Maybe
To that YouTube.
maybe that's how we can go viral. I mean, how we can get popular. We upload like viral parts of
Yeah,
our
we make Nick do really stupid
We're
things.
already not on the point of what we were trying to do. Okay, shut up. My background. Shut up.
Yeah, what's your background?
My background, timestamp, is the man himself, Mr. Wait, what's his
Why
name?
did you put a timestamp there?
Yeah, why'd you say timestamp?
So, because I had to edit my face going on screen.
Oh, gotcha.
What's his name?
Shaggy?
Shaggy.
It's Shaggy, but like he's like a drawn version of Shaggy, like a Stan would draw, Yeah, that's him. That's Shaggy.
Did you say like a Stan would draw?
Yeah, do you know what Stan? Do you guys?
Yeah,
know what
no,
Stan
I know what that
means?
means. I'm just embarrassed that you just said that.
What's wrong
I
with
don't know
saying
what
Stan?
that means. I want to look it up on Urban Dictionary. Wait.
Robert, you can't just say because it's a popular term that people use on the internet means it's cringy. Shut up.
It is cringy
I hear
though.
you.
My background happens to be Shaggy as well, but in mine, he's not super buff. He's just a normal guy from the live action adaptations of the Scooby-Doo
Stan.
movies.
I love the live action movie. It's so good.
I have not seen it since I was a
Oh.
small child.
I know what Stan means now.
Can you read the definition without saying curse words?
A crazed and or obsessed fan. The term comes from the song Stan by Eminem. The term stan is used to describe a fan who goes to great lengths to obsess over a celebrity.
You
That
think
was me with Alexandra Daddario. Like back in when I was a freshman.
Do you think that there's like Shaggy stands out there? Like, you genuinely
stans?
think that there's
Most
Shaggy
definitely,
stands?
100%.
Oh,
Why?
yeah, for sure. There's it's like there's always like stands for something,
Yeah, no, Nick, can you timestamp that?
Oh my god, it does. Oh,
Better safe than sorry. Guys, look at me.
nice.
Thanks. Paul Hul, what's your background? Also, did you use that background in the last podcast episode?
I did not actually. Last
Okay.
episode I used a baby.
What is that one?
That is the office of the land, the most powerful seat for in the world. the Oval Office, and I'm sitting in it right now as we speak.
When I was a kid, I really wanted to be president of the world. That was like my dream job. And the reason that I wanted to was because I think it was like I saw the news. It was the day before, like it was the morning before we were going on a field trip where it would be all about like what careers we want to do. So I looked on the TV and I saw like a ton of money just going by on the screen. And and the words at the bottom said president. So in my mind, I linked the two together and I thought that all the president got all of that money. And I thought that's just president of the United States. What if I was president of the world? That would be so much more money.
Yeah, I have an interesting story about a career choice.
Yeah.
One night I was just sitting with my dad watching the news, and I saw that on it was BBC, and they were talking about how like Osama bin Laden just got shot by the US whatever, like SEALs or something. And I was like, damn, I don't want to be that guy. And that's when I decided not to be a militant kind of guy, like, you know.
That's when I decided I was not going to be Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about not being a terrorist, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought about not being.
I thought you meant a military guy.
No, a militant.
Oh.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be a paraterrorist.
I
Very
don't wanna
bold
be
of
a
you to
Muslim
make that
fundamentalist.
decision, Pahul.
Yeah, a lot of people are going into the field these days, so
How's the mac and cheese, Nick?
It's pretty good. My mom put extra cheese in it.
So it's more like cheese and mac.
Oh, damn.
Why would that
Wordplay.
change the order? What?
Well, because there's more cheese.
No,
It's
anything,
like-
if anything, could be mac and cheese and cheese.
You want some mac with your cheese, bro?
Mac and cheese squared.
No,
We're already
no,
getting off
there's
track,
not
okay.
more mac. There's just more cheese. Okay. If anything, it would be mac times open parentheses.
Oh my God,
cheese,
seriously?
close parentheses square.
Guys,
Okay, why would
this
cheese
is
need
like-
a parentheses?
The-
That's what
to
I meant
put
by it.
So that you know that you're just squaring the cheese and not the mac as well.
I
This
never
is
said
like those-
and the mac. If I said that, it would be the quantity of mac and cheese. I would say the
Oh
quantity
my
of, but
God. Oh my God.
Okay.
Birds.
Okay,
Let's go.
Yeah, how long are we into the podcast, Nick?
I didn't. 18 minutes.
18 minutes?
Yeah, but I recorded
You know
like
what?
before I started.
I was thinking a lot. I was thinking it was a lot more. So we're good.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, we don't have that many movies to talk about today anyways. So thankfully, I think this is the first podcast episode we've had since the very first one where we're talking about new releases this week, which is kind of exciting. So, Pahul, what order do you want to go in?
I want to go with
Worst to best.
most CGI to least CGI. No, least CGI to most CGI.
Like, as if there's a competition there.
Yeah, there's not at all. So least, then we're starting with Capone. So Capone is a 2020 film directed by Josh Trank, and it stars Tom Hardy, Linda Cardinelli, Matt Dillon, Kyle MacLachlan, Caitlin Nadarici, Jack Lowden, Noel Fisher, Tilda Del Toro, Alspa Mason Guioki, Jamea Ziegler, Patty Brindley, Rose Bianca, Wayne Pear. Those are all the
Stupid
actors
name.
on Letterboxd.
I can give
Yeah.
the plot synopsis.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're doing that now.
Oh wait, do you want to say one word, Nick, and then I say one word?
How do we know we're saying the same thing?
No, because you're just gonna look up the movie, right? And the plot synopsis that comes up on the side. I could do that too.
Oh, I was giving the IMDb synopsis, but I can do that.
Yeah, do that. Okay, let's do this.
Wait. I want to join in on this. We should all say
Okay,
one word at a time.
okay. I'll
This is
start,
so
and then
dysfunctional.
Robert, you go, and then Nicholas, you go.
Okay, wait. So you looked at the words plot summary Capone?
Okay, I just looked up.
Capone
I just
2020
looked up
synopsis.
Capone. I just looked up Capone. I'll look up Capone 2020 synopsis.
No. Let's just look up Capone.
Okay, it's a pretty short one.
Okay, Pahul, you start.
Chronicling
The
Final.
day. Restart.
days.
We have
Oh, we gotta restart. Okay.
Yeah.
Chronicling
The
Final.
days.
of
Notorious.
Gangster
Al.
Capone.
as
He.
Succumbs.
to
Dementia. No.
Oh my-
Timestamp.
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 We should
Come on.
we should redo that purely because Nick is gonna have to cut all of that out anyways.
Alright.
All right. Ready?
Let's do it really fast.
Chronically.
The
Final.
Days.
of
Notorious.
Gangster.
Al.
Phone.
As.
He.
Succumbs.
2.
Dementia.
And.
Relives.
His.
Past.
Through.
Tormenting.
Memories.
Oh, that was
Nice.
good. Oh, we should make
Good
that
job.
a tradition.
Legend.
That was great.
Legends. Let's
That was-
go.
That was legitimately great. Okay. So let's start off with eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe. My mom said to pick the very best one, and you are it. Pahul, what did you think
Nice.
of Capone?
Sweet. Oh, damn. This is a lot of pressure. I'm going to get my notes out and I'm going to read it. First thing that it says is Tom Hardy has syphilis. Because I thought the movie would be a lot sadder if he actually had syphilis. Because that would be like, he's playing a guy, but he also
Like the
has.
actor?
Yeah. And I thought that this movie was really bad. I was really bored. I was whining during the movie because of how bored I was. But I think that if they dove deeper into the subject, because it's a pretty serious topic. Syphilis is not a joke. And syphilis is back. It's on all the ups in Redding, California. And I think that as it makes a comeback, we got to start talking about it. And more so, we're gonna start talking about dementia, guys, because it's a pretty serious thing. And if you don't die before 70, you're gonna have dementia. And it's like people. It's just sad and it's scary stuff because dementia ain't cool. And it was pretty insane to think about. Like if you just think about the story of Al Capone, just get rid of the movie and just think about how this mafia guy just becomes a guy who poops in his bed. That's pretty insane to me. Like that was sad. And that's it.
Yeah. Wow. That was very informational, Paul. That had very little.
I want to
to
go
do
next.
with
I
the
want to go
movie,
next.
but
I
a
want
lot
to go next. I
do
want to
with
go
the
next. I
film.
want to go next. I want to go next.
All right, Nick, go next.
I think there are a lot of problems with Capone. First off, I think the biggest problem is that the characters in this movie, they didn't set it up so that you care about them. Like, a great movie can introduce a character and get you to know them like as if like you met them at a party and suddenly, wow, they're your friend and you care about them. With Capone, why are you laughing?
I'm smiling. I'm giving you support.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. I'm just laughing because it's like I haven't seen Rudy, but you know that scene in Rudy where Rudy runs and makes his first touchdown?
No.
It's like that. It's like the little guy that could,
Okay. Anyways, with Capone, he just they introduce a character and you see that he has a lot of problems and they don't go much from there. They don't really they're sure they kind of build off of him, like giving him not backstory, but just like background knowledge of like who he is and like who his friends are. But that's it. We don't get any like compassion for the man. We just see that he's very troubled. And I feel like they try to like have a sense of like a Quentin Tarantino film. I know that kind of sounds like I forget the word, but it sounds weird, but like a Tarantino film always ends with like an extremely violent and like vengeful ending. That's usually how he ends his films, like right? Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
And they try to do that with Capone, but the reason I think that doesn't work is because, again, like for example in Tarantino films, the ending is always good because the thing that is happening to characters you care about. Robert's taking a picture. It's happening.
Paul, he's so happy. I've never seen Paul be happier. You're making him so happy. Continue, Nick.
Anyways, with Tarantino, this is happening to people that you care about, and they're happening. The things that are happening when there's an extremely violent ending. It gives you like a sense of like revenge. Like for example, in Django Unchained, like when I remember I saw an interview with Tarantino saying that, like, usually with movies about like slave owners, usually the slave owner when they have the chance to harm, or sorry, when the slaves have a chance to harm the slave owner, they don't, because it'll make them just as bad as the slave owner. He says, with my movies, you don't get that. You see, you actually get the satisfaction of getting revenge on the slave owner. The thing is, with Capone, there's no revenge, there's no feeling. It's just he's doing this because he's troubled, and he's doing this to innocent people. It's not like you're gonna feel anything when you see that. And the things that do happen that are supposed to be dramatic, it's not something that is inherently interesting. Like, if I say you had an aunt that had dementia, sure, it'll be sad or something. But this can't be sad because it's someone that you don't care about, and it can't be interesting because someone with dementia who is crazy. It's just not interesting. The plot is not interesting, and it's very boring, and that's why I don't like this movie.
Wow, Nick, I think that is the best film criticism you have ever given.
What can I say?
You really stepped it up today, Nick. You know all those jokes that I was making about you like failing on the podcast?
Oh.
It's all a lie. It's all a lie. You're doing great, Nick. And you almost screwed it up there by eating. Well, do not call your own mother's cooking subpar. You
It's
say.
not
Yeah,
cooking.
screw you.
It's pre-made pasta.
Oh my, that's disgusting.
It's
Like,
still
okay,
rude.
can you guys learn how to cook?
Can we go to a country kitchen?
Oh, that was such a controversial day. Anyways, what movie? Capone. I agree with a lot of the sentiments of what Nick said. I think what Josh Trank was trying to do here is kind of like, I know that probably nobody listening to this podcast, which means literally just Willa at this far into the episode. I'm sure nobody listening has seen the movie All That Jazz, but that is, I think, what Tom Hardy, what Josh Trank was trying to do here. Because in All That Jazz, it's a movie about a Hollywood movie producer, and he is needing like a medical surgery thing. And as he's like getting further into the treatment and everything, and his life is like falling apart more and more, his life just starts getting crazier and crazier. And the film starts reflecting that. Like, there's some like musical numbers that are just completely insane, and there's really fast montages. It's really impressive filmmaking. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. I love All That Jazz. And I think biopics like that are really interesting, where like rather than just telling you the story of a person's life, they try to explain like how a person felt, and they try to do so using like the art of filmmaking. But the problem with that is that you need to be really good at making movies to make that work. And unfortunately, Josh Trank is just not that good at making movies. Too many, like, I like the idea of him being delusional and stuff happening just randomly, but because the filmmaking wasn't strong enough, it just felt so stupid. It felt like it was just going from scene to scene, and it just didn't make much sense. And the way that they deal with multiple characters in this movie is awful, and also multiple subplots. They're literally like constantly bringing in different subplots and different people in almost every single scene. There's towards the beginning, in a lot of scenes, there's like a new subplot introduced, and then it's just immediately forgotten about. And that like really annoyed me, because they didn't take an idea and go far with it. They didn't have any ideas. The only idea was Al Capone has syphilis and he's pooping himself in the bed, and that was it. Like, and any ideas that could have gone further were just brushed through really quickly, because this was a really short movie. And I think it would have been a lot better if it was longer. But also, I think being as long as it was, I got really bored because the filmmaking was really bad. Like, if you're going to take a gamble with a movie like this, I think that you almost need to make it long. And if it's not long, then it's going to feel super long because it's going to be really boring. Also, I love Tom Hardy. I think he's a great actor. I think even in a movie like Venom, which wasn't amazing or anything, he brings so much charisma to the screen that he honestly almost made that movie work. But he is terrible as Al Capone. His accent sounds awful. The way that he looks is so over the top that it feels like it's supposed to be like in an SNL skit. Honestly, this movie feels like there was an SNL skit, and then they took the dramatic story from it and tried to make it into a movie, and it just didn't work. Because I mean, think about it. Yeah, I could totally see an SNL skit where there's an
I don't
old
watch
Al
SNL.
Capone and what?
I don't watch SNL.
Well, just imagine like you
I've
could
seen
see
the
like
cowbell one.
you could
Or
see
cowbell.
you could see a skit where it's like an old Al Capone and he's like pooping the bed and his wife is like, Alfonso, what are you doing? You like that sounds like something that would be made into a comedy skit into, not this like full on feature length thing. And I don't know. I was just very disappointed by this. I wanted to like it more, and I had hopes for it, but it was just a disaster. And I very much did not enjoy watching Capone.
It needed more poop scenes.
Oh,
It
I have a
did.
question.
Yeah.
How's your Nintendo Switch?
Okay. It got delayed till Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, I was super mad about it because today I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play all day long. It's gonna be so cool. And now I can't because it's coming on Friday. So now I just
Oh yeah, loser.
what was that for?
Well, Nick did it. And I thought it was funny.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, Nick, you did it. Come on.
Is there anything else? Oh, also the wife from Green Book is in this movie, and it was
Oh,
really
that's
weird
true.
seeing her in something else. That's all I
Green
had to
Book. I
add.
liked Green Book. I liked Green Book
Yeah, Green Book's fine, but like I don't know, it was just
fun.
weird seeing her in another movie.
because like they have Christmas at the end.
Yeah, and it's like her face became synonymous with Christmas. You know who she kind of looks like to me?
Mrs. Marty.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
Totally.
does. Oh my
What
god.
the hell?
Okay, no, when I first saw her, I thought, okay, is Mrs. Marty acting? Like I first saw her in like a TV show. I don't know, like back in like TV show shot in like 2007, and I genuinely thought that Mrs. Marty was like an actress, and that she became a Sequoia middle school teacher or something.
Here,
You're
we
just
should-
doxing her. Robert, what are you doing?
we should look her up so that Nick can understand what we're talking about, because clearly he does not understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was just surprised at why you two had the same thought about that.
Because she looks so
Because
much
she
like her.
looks
Look,
so much like.
yeah,
her.
here we go. Look at that.
No, she needs to be like talking.
That looks like Miss Marty, I feel.
Yeah, kinda. I could see
Just
it.
like shorter, smaller, like forehead.
I could see it.
You know what? I think Miss Marty is a combination with her and Anna Kendrick. Anyways.
We're just doxing our teacher.
No, what? Those are two very pretty actresses. How are we doxing her?
No, we're doxing her. Doxing means we're revealing her personal information.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
I
revealed her
thought-
name and the
Out.
school she
Shoot.
works at.
Oh, yeah. What if she listens to the podcast? Wouldn't that be a crazy twist turn of events?
Hello, Mrs. Marty. I mean, Mrs. Jardine. It's Jardine now.
See, I thought that maybe we would be able to keep her identity safe by the fact that she had a new last name, but you just gave it away.
Oh my god, we already said Sequoia Middle School.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe someone would look over. I don't think there's any assassins listening to our podcast. Looking at somebody else.
I'm gonna look at Sequoia Middle School. Let's see how many there are in the world.
Robert, you just disregarded like some of our possible
Whoa.
demographic.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Sequoia Middle Schools.
That's not surprising at all.
One of them is just a
What?
school inside of a giant sequoia tree. That was funny. That was so funny.
No, that was not. Okay, should we
I thought that was
review-
pretty good.
should we something about give
Scores?
our ratings?
Trivia.
No,
No,
score.
ratings.
Oh, ratings.
Yeah, Pahul, you start out because you started.
I want to give this a 400.
Dang, that's the lowest.
I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 20. I'm using ACT scores.
A 20 and an ACT is like middling.
Yeah. Seriously, Nick? That's a crime against Hollywood.
Wow.
Hollywood.
Anyways, I will give this a 2.5 out of 10. Now, Nick, do you have some fun facts and or a transition sound
That's
effect?
like extraordinarily hilarious that you should ask, because I actually do have some trivia. Matt Dillon, Dylan, what am I saying? What the hell? Sorry, Matt
Yeah,
Dillon.
why did you say Dillian?
Time
I
There's
don't
no-
know.
stamp,
I have no
time
idea.
stamp.
What did I say? I said hell.
You said the H word.
Matt Dillon is billed as playing Johnny, who is most likely Johnny Torrio, who was Al Capone's mentor. This fits since Dillon is older than Hardy. I don't.
Okay, that's such
Yeah,
a
great
stupid thing.
fact, Nick.
That's
That
such a
was really
stupid-
exceptional.
Oh wait, there's more. I thought that was the only one. Okay.
You know what I find interesting? Like
what?
more interesting than Nick's trivia
What?
is that this big crime boss, Al Capone, was arrested for tax fraud. Like of all the things that they could get him for, they got him for income tax evasion. That's so weird, isn't it?
You should have done
Yeah.
his taxes.
The IRS can track them taxes.
Also, he was in The Godfather, like he was mentioned in there.
I thought you meant that he was in the movie, and I was like, he died like 40 years before The Godfather was shot. That it's impossible.
Bro.
Okay, what's
This will
what's
be
more
Tom
facts?
Hardy's second attempt at playing Al Capone. He was previously going to play the character in a film called Cicero, directed by David Yates, but the project never moved forward.
David Yates did Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and the
I
other
watched that one.
last 4 Harry Potter movies.
Watch those
Um,
ones.
What?
I watched the Harry Potter movies.
When?
That's a tough one. I don't have to think about this one. I think it was
Alright.
like 2012. I think.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know why. You said it like you watched them recently.
Oh no, not recently. No, but I was thinking of doing it, but then I realized no, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, good. All right, Nick. Do you have a transition sound effect?
I actually do, Robert.
Do the harp. The harp was nice.
Oh, I can do the harp. That'll be the
okay,
transition
okay,
sound
okay.
effect. This will be an indication for what our new
It's
Our
like a
new-
trailer for our new intro.
right. All right, ready?
That's really nice.
Imagine coming onto the podcast and hearing that nice pleasant sound and then Pahul screaming at the top of his lungs. I think it'll be like brushing your teeth and then drinking orange juice. It'll be like, whoa.
Wait, when is this thing gonna be like? When is this intro gonna be made? By next week or something?
I'll probably do it once we're done here.
So I'm gonna be screaming at 11 BPM.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm not sure if we'll use it on this podcast though. I'll do it after this, but I'm not sure like how far I'm gonna get. So I'm not sure like if it'll actually be quality. Anyways. What?
I'm just saying. All right.
All right. Let's move on to our next movie, which is called Scoob. And let's all pull up the plot synopsis and we can go around and say what the plot synopsis is.
This is a big one.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, Nick, you get to start this one off.
What
With-
order are we going
Okay, awesome.
Nick, Pahul, me.
in? Okay.
With
Hundreds.
Of
cases,
Solved.
and
adventures,
Shared.
Scooby,
and
The.
gang,
face
There.
biggest
most
Challenging.
mystery,
ever
plot,
to
Unleash.
the
ghost
Dog.
Cerberus
upon
The.
world,
as
They.
race,
to
Stop.
this,
global
Dog. Apocalypse.
the,
gang
Discovers.
that,
Scooby
Has.
a,
secret
Legacy.
and
and
Epic.
destiny,
greater
Than.
anyone
could
Have.
imagined. Wow.
wow.
Sweet.
That one was long. I'm worried about the ones that are going to be really long. Fun fact, this movie was composed by Junkie XL.
Who
Who
the
is
hell
yeah.
California.
that's the
knows
name.
how to party?
California.
Fornia.
Guys, what
knows
is
how
this? The start of the movie?
Party.
Okay. So Scoob, okay, Pahul, out of Nick and I, which one is going to start?
Nick.
Nick, you're starting. What are your thoughts on Scoob?
Okay, listen, from a marketer's standpoint, this movie is perfect. Like, listen, think about it. So, this movie obviously is going to play, it's a movie that plays off nostalgia. That's all it is. That's all it serves as. And the demographic who would see this as nostalgic is upper teenagers, like, 18, 19, that kind of thing.
I think the word you're looking for is millennials that they use multiple times during the movie.
What? No, what? We're not millennials.
No, but it's targeted towards millennials.
Is it? Okay, whatever. Anyways, and that's why it's PG. That's literally the only reason why they use that kind of language and like adultish jokes, because we're the demographic, because when we were younger we saw Scooby-Doo, or at least most of us did. I didn't watch it personally. Yeah, I didn't watch it personally. But they would watch this movie, they would find it, nostalgic, and since the marketers know that these are the kinds of people that are going to watch it. Like a 6-year-old's not going to watch Scoob. Why the hell would they?
No, a 6-year-old. This movie is targeted.
Yeah.
Kids.
Okay, Nick, I think you're wrong. Like, I completely disagree. Here's what I think: is that this movie is targeted towards families. There's something for everyone. There's like the adultish jokes, like "My name is Dick, D-I-C-K, Dick," and then there's the jokes where, oh my god, like I don't know the kid jokes. Oh yeah, F-bomb.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
Falcon.
And, oh, you skeeving millennials. Ah!
For the boomers.
Yeah, for the boomers. That's like it's for. There's something for everyone.
Okay, I changed my mind. So it's for.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was really easy. I was gonna say, Nick, saying that this movie is only for like people who watch the old show and not little kids is like saying the Trolls movies are made for people who played with the Trolls dolls that were made in the 1950s and not little kids.
Okay, that's true. So listen, I redact my statement. It's for upper teenagers, millennials, and below. Because, to be honest, the only reason I could see anyone who is over the age of like 21 or something would watch this is with their kids. That's the only reason. Because I mean, kids can enjoy it. Because I mean, there's humor in there that is targeted at kids. No, and the animation is very bubbly. It's very cartoonish, and it's like an ADHD child's dream, right? So like, I think that. From a marketing perspective, it has the right jokes for the right set of people, and it has the right kind of content for a smaller community. Now, from a critique perspective, I don't think it's even worth it to critique it. It's not something that is supposed to be good, which I get it. It's just like, oh, it's a kids movie. You shouldn't critique it because it's a kids movie, and one would say, I don't know, there's been good kids movies, why can't you hold this one up to the same standards? And I guess that holds true, but my god, you can obviously see, like, critiquing it is just like you're speaking to no one. Like, I don't know, I'm saying like a lot in this, but whatever, I'm doing my best. I think that this movie was not supposed to be good. That's my
okay. Here's I have two things to say about. The first thing I want to say is that, Nick, because of that, I think you should watch the movies that we review, because I like your critiques. I really do. They're very fun to listen to. And I think you should watch the movies that we watch. Like, it's just 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours spread over a week. You can do that, Nick. Come on. And another thing I want to say is that I saw glimpses of Tim Manna while you were ranting, and I always do when you're ranting. Like I see your father in you, and that was crazy.
I don't see that at all. He's like totally opposite. What are you talking about?
I see it sometimes.
His dad would try to make some joke about it, and he would talk for probably a total of 4 seconds.
Oh, but like I see it.
Anyways, I will go next, talking about Scoob. Nick, I understand your point. Like, it's very hard to review kids' movies because often the bottom line comes down to, this is a stupid movie that is made for kids and only kids can enjoy it. And like, that's not the worst thing ever. However, I think the demographic that you were talking about, the Scooby-Doo fans, are going to be very offended by this movie because it is very unlike the Scooby-Doo TV show. Like,
it's really good.
From the little bits that I've seen, the Scooby-Doo TV show was really a TV show that was made for like all ages. and it was animated, but it wasn't a stupid kids cartoon. And I'm sorry, Scoob is such a stupid little kids cartoon, and it's so formulaic. I told Nick this is gonna be really hard to explain, but I'm gonna try anyways. So when Mad Dinner season comes around, which is like October to December, I always
It's gonna come around this year.
what?
Anyway, I don't think it's gonna come around this year.
I don't think so
That's
either,
odd.
which is really sad. But well, unless they do it at a new space, I think.
Well, yeah, but like the way the guests are packed in it, yeah, I guess new space would work. Yeah,
New space, and also the food will have to be dealt with very differently.
yeah.
But anyways, Mad Dinner is what we were talking. No, we were talking. Okay, so around Mad Dinner season, I like to try to fit in movies between school and Mad Dinner rehearsal, and that's usually pretty tight. That's about a 2.5 hour like window. So what happens is often I'll see a movie at like 4, and it will be 2 hours long or so, or like an hour and 50 minutes, and it'll be cutting off like right. I either have to leave a little bit early, or like I'm like getting like worked up, and I'm like, I want this movie to end before I have to go. And I got that feeling watching the end of Scoob, which was so weird for me. But I think the reason for that is that this movie feels like every other movie, and it doesn't feel like its own thing at all. This movie is not unique. This movie is literally like a carbon copy in terms of the way that the plot progresses and the way that the characters develop. And each character is such a boring character with like one character attribute. Like Velma is smart. And then what's the other girl? Not Velma, but
Janine.
it's not Janine.
Rachel.
No.
It's definitely not
Stop
Janine.
just saying white names.
Catherine.
No. It's kind of a
Ruth
zany
Bader
name.
Ginsburg.
That no, that was Velma played Ruth Bader.
Vladimir
Ginsburg.
Lenin.
Scooby Doo characters.
Hey.
Let's see if I can try
Timestamp.
to.
What?
What did
Commie
he say?
propaganda, you commie.
Okay.
Oh, guys, look at this. It has Velma. It has Velma, and then it has Scooby.
It just looks like it's the guy's face.
It just does.
It has Velma right here, and then Scooby Doo right next to it, but it's just a picture of Velma. Anyways, Daphne. And Daphne is like the nice, pretty girl. And then Fred is like the buff dude who likes to eat food. And it's literally like each character has
I think
like.
he likes to eat food. I think that's the
He talked
Shaggy
about,
and Scooby Doo.
he talked about the sandwiches, though. He was always talking
Yeah,
about.
No,
I
Robbie, you got
guess,
the wrong
but
guy.
that's
You
just
got the
because
wrong
he's
guy.
brainless. I just think because he's brainless.
He's just a
that's why.
stupid Chad. He's like Ian
Yeah.
if Ian wasn't smart.
So I can't say Stan, but you can say Chad.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know. This movie just made me upset because like I hate kids movies that are just carbon copies of other kids movies. Like this felt like it hit all the same beats at the exact same time as Trolls World Tour. Only the animation was a lot worse and the characters were like way more annoying. And
It's
that
a
is
cash grab.
Paul, what did you think of Scoob?
I didn't take a lot of notes on this. The only note I took was movie self-aware at minute 27, and I don't remember why I wrote that.
Oh, I think I remember why.
I
Because
also remember, yeah.
the Mark Wahlberg Blue Falcon character was like, "We got to keep this movie PG."
No, it was during the bowling alley when they were questioning the lady. Something. I don't know. It was,
Oh, yeah.
the movie
Oh,
was
no.
self-aware.
I know what you're talking about, where it was like,
I
man,
don't know what she
anybody
said,
whose
though.
friend was.
No,
anybody
yeah,
was
no.
those
She said
friends.
that after the self-aware moment, though. There was something she said where they were self-aware. I don't remember. Okay. Anyway, going past that, I think that this movie was not that good. I still liked it more than Fonzo. I hated Fonzo or Capone. I don't know. Is it Capone or is it Fonzo? I don't know.
Wait, why would you? Why do you think it's Fonzo?
I thought it was Fonzo because when I
No.
look at Fonzo, it comes up as Fonzo.
It's Capone.
Well, it comes up with Fonzo for me.
Wait, really?
And yeah,
It could be VPN, maybe.
Oh no, it does come up as Fonzo. Why does it come up as Fonzo?
I
I
but
don't know. Those movies are weird. Wait.
And it's not VPN. Like screw you.
I
That was
I made a-
unnecessary.
I
I'm
just
sorry.
I just tweeted something, and it's not showing up in my feed. Can you guys look at
Uh-oh.
my Can you guys look at my feed to see if I tweeted it or not?
Oh,
Wow.
do we have? I'll do it.
Okay.
We're literally in a podcast right now.
I guess I'll do it. I mean, why not? You know.
I had a dream that I found like a basket full of AirPods last night
Where did that come from?
because I was looking at Paul's ear, and then why do you wear them like that?
What's
So
wrong?
that's
with
how
the
they're
way he wears
supposed to
them?
be worn.
Aren't they supposed to be worn down?
No,
No, those are the other ones.
it hurts my ears to wear AirPods down. I try to like position them, but they also fall out of my ears when I wear them, like Bahul does.
I don't have AirPods. I have like pink knockoffs.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
yeah,
seen them.
yeah. I've seen.
Wait, those
I
look
was
purple to
telling
me.
the audience, but whatever.
That looks purple, not pink.
Sorry, Robert. It's
Um,
probably because there's a massive shadow over me.
did you have anything else to share about your Scoob opinion, Bahul?
My Scoob opinion.
Scoob opinion.
Nice one. And I'm
Thanks.
thinking.
I thought the scene where Scoop died to like a stomping was really really brave of the directors. But
Yeah, I know. Why did Sean Dorney come in and just start stomping dogs?
Don
he
Shorney.
doxed two
And
characters,
also,
two people in this podcast.
Oh, the guy dabbed. The Falcon guy dabbed.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God,
he did.
He
really did. That was
I can't
so
tell
weird.
if that I can't tell if that was because like a bunch of old people directed this, or just because it took so long to make the movie.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Thank you, Nick. You're a genius. Okay, so you know what the bowling alley, the bowling alley girl says?
Oh yeah, I know what you're
and
talking
the
about.
dog
Oh,
was with
yeah.
a guy who kept starting his sentences with the word "like," as if it was an old guy thinking that's what young people talk like. That's what it was.
Yeah, why
Okay,
did that,
oh,
what
that
purpose
feels
did
so
that
good.
have? What purpose did
Personally,
that line
I
have?
hate it when movies do that because it's like, yeah, you're admitting you have a problem, but you're not fixing it. You're just admitting that
Yeah.
that's a problem with your movie. Like,
Self-awareness is
because-
nothing.
I think that was just there. And there, if I'm like if I'm watching this with my like, theoretically, if I have like two kids and they're really small and they're stupid because kids are stupid, and they're watching this movie, I'm really bored, but they're entertained, and then there's these little gags peppered in to keep me kind of like interested in the movie, and it makes sense that way, you know. Like they don't want to fix the movie because the movies act like it's mostly focused on the kids, but they have like these little gag moments or whatever peppered in for adults to like, you know, have fun. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll sit through this, you know, because it's meant to be with the whole family.
yeah.
Boomer, 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 boomer.
Anyways, shall we just give scores for Scoob and move on to our mobile game? Wait,
Sure.
actually, okay.
trivia.
I know we talked about talking about a certain season of a certain show, but I feel like this episode has actually gone long enough. So why don't we just save it until we've seen the whole show to talk about it?
All right.
All right. Anyways, I will give Scoob. No, Nick, you start out, and then I go, and then Pohol goes. That's right.
I'm gonna give Scoob a would you commit a war crime for a Scooby snack out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 2.75 out of 10.
1050.
1050?
Yeah,
Capone is a 400, and this is a 1050.
that's just, yep.
To me, they're like equally bad movies.
Well, the thing is that I was eating food while I was watching Scoob, so I was entertained.
Were you
because
eating
I
Scooby
food a lot.
snacks?
I was eating a burrito bowl,
That's
So
not Scooby
basically,
snack.
Scooby snacks.
basically.
Basically. Have any of you guys ever tried dog food?
I have.
I
have
don't
as
have
well.
dogs, so no.
It's nasty. It tastes terrible.
Well, I mean, it's liver and stuff. Like, it's like dogs eat stuff. You know, dogs are stupid.
What do you mean it's like liver and stuff?
Like you know, the dog food, it's packed with protein. And it has
Right.
like you know, like weird meats in there, like liver and heart and brain and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
I said they get all the bad stuff and they just chunk it together. And you have
Guess I
dog
can't
food.
eat dog food anymore.
Yeah, you don't
Dang.
eat dog food.
um,
Negative.
Nick, do you have interesting facts?
As I stare into Shaggy's eyes, I see a reflection of my. Sorry.
Is that your
Uh,
interesting fact?
No, this is Mark Wahlberg's first animated film.
That's
Apparently.
That's great. That's great. That's really great.
wasn't he in Transformers?
Yeah, it's not animated.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah, he was in
Just in general.
Transformers.
Uh,
London Bridge is falling down, falling down.
I have a fun
Cross
fact, but it's
buns.
literally like
Cross
the
buns.
biggest fact on IMDb I've ever seen. Like, it's so
Okay,
long.
you should read it. You should read it.
Warner Animation Group's first animated film to be released straight to streaming, 1492 Pictures' first animated film, Atlas Entertainment's first animated film, the first animated film of the 2020s to be rated G by the ACB, Australian Classification Board. This is the first Warner Bros. Animated film in the 2020s to be rated PG by the MPA. Warner Animation Group's 8th feature film. Warner Animation Group's first film to not be animated feature created by Animal Logic and Sony Pictures Imageworks. This is the first Warner Animation Group movie to feature the new Warner Bros. Pictures / Warner Animation Group fanfare at the start of the film. The first Warner Animation Group film to not be released on February or September. The first Warner Animation Group movie to use the normal Warner Animation Group logo since the Lego Batman movie in 2017 and Smallfoot in 2018. The two movies have WAG logo variants. This is the first Warner Animation Group film to be animated feature created by Real FX. This is Warner Animation Group's second film to use an opening title after the Lego Movie 2, the second part, in 2019. This is the first Warner Animation Group film to released in May. Warner Animation Group's second film to be based off already existing animated media after the Lego Ninjago movie in 2017. Warner Animation Group's first film with the 2020 MPA logo.
That was not one fact. That was like 50 facts compiled into one really long paragraph.
51 of 63 people found that interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So now that we're out of that, can we get a transition sound effect?
Of course you can.
It should be the Warner Brothers thing. Do 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 do.
We'd get copywritten.
Oh right, yeah.
What was that? It's just someone laughing?
I guess so.
Wow. Really good one, Nick. Hey guys, watch.
Robert got shorter.
I talk about it. Okay, Paul, this is your game, so in your section, so you go.
All right. So this is a very new game to hit the App Store and the Google Play Store. It's called Kart Rider Rush Plus. It's basically Mario Kart, but it's from South Korea. And yeah, that's all there is to say. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but at its base level, it's a Mario Kart game. It's just a Mario Kart ripoff. But I like it because like Mario Kart on iOS and phones and stuff, it sucks. And this is pretty good. So yeah, that's it. That's all there is to say.
Wow. That's all you have for this video game?
No, for the introduction, I want to review it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so I will start this one off then. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about the game. That's right. I was very skeptical about this game when you sent it to me, Pahul, because I did have the bad experience with the really crappy phone Mario Kart game that everyone freaked out over. And on top of that, this app was 2 gigabytes for some reason.
Oh yeah, it's pretty
that
big.
just worried me. I didn't know why an app would need to be 2 gigabytes long if it wasn't like GarageBand or something
To be
like
fair,
that.
So there's a lot of stuff in the app.
There is.
Chock full of stuff.
And actually, I'm okay with the 2 gigabytes because I thought this was really fun. Like, I genuinely had a really fun time playing this video game. It's the mechanics are really good for a phone game. That's what I noticed right away. I think it's super enjoyable. It's easy to just kind of like play for an extended period of time. My only problem is that it's like whenever I'm looking for a phone game, I'm not really looking for something to really sit down and play, which is just how I am as a phone game gamer, I guess. So that was like a thing where like I'm not sure how long I'll keep this game for because I don't know if I'll really be playing it that much realistically. But I enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you pointed it out to me, Pahul.
You're welcome.
Those are my thoughts, Nick.
Well, this game, I think that this is the first competent game that Pahul has ever sent us.
Shut up.
I think, okay, a very big strong suit of this game is the graphics. I think they really nailed it with, just like the kind of, you know, bubbly little nature of the characters and the cars, and my dog is here. Hi, Elvis. Anyways, here, wait, let me show you the camera.
Why are you showing us your dog?
Little cutie baby, yes.
That one's your best dog by far.
Now go. Get out of here. All right, timestamp. Anyways. Oh,
Wait,
Chad is here,
why are you time stamping that?
so I can show. I can
anything
remember
bad.
to show the audience. Anyways,
Oh right, yeah.
this game, it feels like it looks like a competent what's it called, console game actually. So that means it's always going to be a good mobile game. My only complaints is that the tutorial, this game doesn't even need a length, like the amount of like tutorial that the game provides you. The tutorial should have been like, okay, they dumb it down as if you're like a 3-year-old who doesn't know what the color red is. Like they dumb it down so much. Like, it's the drift button makes you drift, and using the arrows makes you turn directions. It's just like, of course, like, why would you need to tell me that? Why would you need an entire level to tell me that? And my other complaint is that the controls I didn't like very much. I think, like, everything else, like, you know, the drift button and everything is fine, but the thing to steer, 2 little buttons that are in one static place, I didn't like. Personally, like, I like having the feeling of, like, a joystick in my finger, so, like, I feel like a joystick that could be placed anywhere around the screen would have been better, in my opinion. But other than that, I really like this app. I think it was very competent, and it doesn't seem like a phone app. Like, it seems like an actual competent,
Yeah.
maybe PC game or console game. So for that matter, I think it's really good.
That was good, Nick. You really stepped it up this week.
Yeah,
what
you
can I
really
say?
did. Good for you.
I'm proud of you, Nick.
Yes.
Oh, also, I don't mean to brag, but I'm Diamond 4 in this game. Like, I started playing
How
ranked
did
mode.
you climb up so quickly?
No, because I played it so much. Once my AP tests were over, this is all I did. And
I
I was
finished my last AP test today.
addicted to it. Oh yeah, good. Well, which one was it? Was it English?
Yeah, that was my last one. And I also I think I just signed up for my online class. I think, but I could be wrong.
Well, which one are you taking?
For now, since I can't
English.
take English until like June, July or something like that, I signed up
Why?
for, because you need to.
Oh, AP. Right. Yeah.
I'm taking Gov/Econ, I believe.
Wait, you need to take 2 classes for that.
Yeah, so and I can only apply for 7 credits, and AP Gov and Econ is 6 credits, so I have to like wait or something like that. I don't know. So yeah.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Damn right.
Okay. Pahul, it's your time to shine, man. What did you think of this game?
Okay, this game. I mean, I had so much fun playing this game. I mean, I racked in so much screen time. I'm gonna see how much screen time I at, because it was like, oh my god. Wait, screen time. What? Last week. How do I go last week? See activity last week. I want to see last week. Oh, jeez. 13 hours.
What? You put
Yeah,
13
13
hours into
hours.
this game?
Plus, this week I put almost 9 hours.
I thought
And
you
this
were.
game came out. This game came out like Thursday, and that's how much you have to put to get to Diamond 4. And it's really hard, but it's fun.
You were absolutely insane, Pahul. You were
Guys,
literally
does my
one of the-
hair look good like this right now?
No. Yeah, actually
Yeah,
it
you
does.
have like a big forehead on the side. I mean, yeah, it's
No,
fine.
no. I like it. I think forehead size is overrated.
But yeah, that's how many hours I put, and it was fun. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. Sometimes it's frustrating because it gets pretty hard up there, but I think it's a very commendable game. and there's the only thing you have to pay money for is like cosmetics. You don't need. It's not a pay to win game, which is really cool. That's it. Yeah. My name is Mr. Jeff, by the way, on the game. So if you want to friend me, you can.
Did you put any money into this game?
Not a single penny.
Wow. So are you going to keep on playing this one after we now that we're done reviewing it? You're not going to delete it on air?
Yeah, I'm not going to delete this. This one's really fun.
Dang. That's impressive. All right. What oh yeah, we give our rankings. I will give this game a 7.5 out of 10. Nick?
I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I would give it an 8.5, but I mean, it's a car game with steering wheels. Why would you have 2 buttons to control your steering? That's stupid.
Well, Nick, you're really upset.
Yeah, this game's a lot more complicated than it seems. There's like a bunch of tutorials. And then when it comes to like the higher levels, like every second counts. I've lost multiple games. Like I've lost to first place by sheer matter of like a tenth of a second. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes in. It's crazy. And I'm gonna get this I'm gonna get this like a 1300.
That's pretty good. What did you give it again, Nick? I forgot.
An 8.
Oh, you actually gave it like a real score. You didn't like give it a something out of something. Anyways, transition sound effect, Nick.
Yeah. Let's do some elevator music.
Wait, this is from I Hate Everything.
Robert, this is very famous music. This is not strictly.
That's from I Hate Everything.
Nick, do you know that YouTube account that makes like free music? Like
there are so many accounts that do.
No, but there's like a really famous one
Okay.
that has like the most generic music out there. I'll send you the link.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you're I forget his name.
It's Alan something. I don't know.
No, it's like
I'm not good with names.
McLaughlin or something. No, it's not. I know it's not that.
Hey, what's your name, dude?
That's really bothering me. That's
Manha.
It's Sneaky Snitch is one of his songs. Kevin MacLeod. There we go.
Yeah, that's it. That's
or
it.
MacLeod is actually how you pronounce it. Apparently.
Yeah.
Nick, where are we at time wise?
About an hour.
About an hour. Okay, we should let's just do a few questions. Let's just see how this goes. Let's see when we get tired of this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm using a new website today than what we normally do. So these will be
I like the old website.
Totally different brand of questions. If you were offered the position of mayor of your city, would you take it?
No.
I think this is a very good one right now, considering what's going on with local government.
Ooh. Well, what's going on with local government? I haven't been keeping up.
You didn't. So basically, there was like this press conference thing where people came and started like rioting to it, and some like fighting happened, and it just got intense. It's really hard to explain. But basically, stuff went down. Would you take it? I wouldn't.
Being a mayor of the city, yes, I would.
I don't. That sounds like so stressful. Like especially right now.
Stressful, but I feel like I've watched enough of House of Cards to kind of know what I'm doing.
Shut up. You can learn politics by watching House of Cards. Genius.
Yeah, it's pretty intense right now, by the way.
I bet it is. Okay. Man, these ones are kind of lame. What board game do you like the most?
I didn't even get the answer.
Oh, Nick,
you said no.
Mayor?
Yeah, you didn't let me elaborate.
Okay,
yeah, elaborate, please.
Nick, you may elaborate on your point of why you wouldn't.
Well, the reason I wouldn't be the mayor is because I mean, first of all, yeah, as Robert said, it'd be incredibly stressful, and also it's not something that I care about. I don't give a crap a tootin' about Reading. I like the people here could die from a meteor for all I care. Like I really.
Wow.
Wow,
your parents live here.
Except for my parents.
But
what about us?
Yeah, and what about all the food areas? What if your parents can't eat food? Everything around.
Yeah, what if it's literally just your parents living in this town? I'm sure Tim Manna would make some joke where that's like his dream world, but in reality, he would starve to death.
Why would he? Okay.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure Tim Manna is a very competent hunter. He's just gonna go out with chowder and he's gonna hunt like 50,000 deer. And he's gonna lug it with his bare hands.
Or he could just move to a new city.
or that.
But the Manas are resilient people. They won't move until they have to move.
The Manas left Portugal. The Manas left Portugal. If they were resilient, Nick would be speaking Portuguese and living in Lisbon right now.
That's Portuguese.
Exactly.
Wow.
But instead, he
Nick,
speaks English.
why do you talk like that?
I'm in.
And
That's my native
I'd
tongue.
like to be mayor because imagine what that would look like on my CV. Like,
Imagine
oh my
the
god,
profits.
the boy mayor of Redding, California. Universities would die to have me, and that's awesome.
Well, I just don't
That's
think.
true. That would be great for college resumes if you were
Guys.
literally the mayor of your town.
Guys.
Yeah.
I just talked through a yawn.
Okay, next question.
Next question. What board game do you like the most? Is the next question. All right, fine. I'll go. I love Monopoly so much. Like, if I lived in a community where I could competitively play Monopoly, that would be my passion. I would forget filmmaking. I love playing Monopoly so much. I can literally play it for hours on end. Like, the games of Monopoly that go on for hours are my favorite of all of the board games. Like, they're so good because it gets so intense and you're constantly trying to like manage like your money and everything. Like, Monopoly by far is the best board game of all time. And I would defend that till my dying day.
Okay, Robert, I know this is opinion based, but if you were to say Monopoly is the best game ever, then I would completely disagree with you. Because I like games that employ strategy, and I know Monopoly employs strategy, but my god, okay, like if there was a graph based on influence of winning the game, I think that for Monopoly, chance would be oh, you can't see it. Hold on, let me wait.
What are we supposed to be looking at right now?
My camera. There we go. Okay, chance would be up here, and then strategy would be down here. Like, sure, there's a little bit of strategy. Strategy would kind of get you to maybe win, but most of the time, it's completely possible for a grandmaster at Monopoly to lose against a complete beginner just because of chance, and that's what I hate about that game. It's fun.
See, I love that a lot of it is left up to chance, because you can try super hard and you can be an expert at the game, but sometimes you just still don't make it. It's a great incorporation of strategy and chance, in my opinion.
Okay, well, that's where we differ, Robert. I'd like more strategy than chance, to be honest, in a game. Like, which is why I say I think that Secret Hitler is my favorite because
Of course.
What's that for?
It's just predictable. I just knew that was going to come out of your stupid mouth. Nick, I'm joking.
I like the game because it's a great party game. It gets people talking, and it has it has the possibility to have a lot of controversy and arguments. And I really like that. I really like that about it. And it employs some strategy, and it gets people talking, and it's a great fun game. That's my thoughts.
Have you ever played it with your family?
Once when you guys were over at my birthday, I think.
I want to play that with your family so bad.
Remember Mary Jorgis put the chancellor thing on his head and just stood there.
Wait, you know his last name? That's wild. I never knew that he had a last name. I thought his name was just blank
Mary.
ERRY. That's wild. Okay.
My turn.
No.
All right. Next question.
I'm just kidding. Nick, yo, Pahul. I was joking. Come on, man.
Okay.
I'm just joshing you.
I've researched this board game. I don't have it, but I would really like to play it. And that's what I'm going to say right now. There's this board game called Diplomacy. It's like Risk, but with you remove all chance. It's all strategy, which is awesome because I feel like chance kind of ruins board games.
Oh, that sounds good, actually.
And no, it's so good. There's actually, it was made in the 1940s, and like presidents play this. Like, there's a photo of John F. Kennedy playing this board game in the Oval Office. It's like a really serious board game, and it takes hours. Like, it takes days on end to finish this. It's awesome. I want to play this with someone. Like, it's
wait, what's it called?
It's called Diplomacy.
I bet we
should
could
play
find
that.
we could find that on tabletop. I bet.
Yeah.
Like, it's It's
Pahul, buy
dope.
Tabletop Simulator, and we will legitimately play that.
Robert, I don't want to play like a day-long game on
No, not
tabletop
right,
sim.
not right now. But like,
I know, but like in general, I think that would be awful.
why?
No,
Because
no,
playing
like,
tabletop
we should do
simulator
it.
is still fun.
We should do it. Like, like friendships are broken because of this game. There's so much backstabbing and everything. It is insane.
That sounds
I would
fun.
love to play this game. And that's my
That
favorite
does
game.
sound fun. I'm surprised. Like, I'm surprised that I've never heard of it before. If it's considered so fun, but like, what's your favorite game of the ones that you've actually played?
Oh, Monopoly would have to be up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Monopoly gang. Okay. Should we go on to our next question?
Yeah.
If you get rid the what? If you get rid the world of one disease, what would it be?
Coronavirus.
Yeah, that's such a bad question for right now. Okay, this one.
I would pick
Alzheimer's probably.
yeah, Alzheimer's or cancer or something. Like those are the two big ones.
Yeah, well, okay, if you get rid of cancer is like such a broad term. Like, is that just anything
Yeah,
labeled?
cancer cells. Cancer cells don't appear.
Yeah, cancer cells. I'm Pahul. Okay.
I feel like we're making like a huge leeway on that disease though, and I feel like Alzheimer's is a lot worse. And
Then
like,
what? Cancer?
In suffering, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know about that. With cancer, you have to like.
I get that.
But like the
because
medical procedures associated with cancer, you have to lose your hair, which is like a big identity
it's
thing.
painful, but like emotionally, the stress that I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of emotional stress that goes with cancer, but like the people around you, you forget the people you love. You don't know their names.
And I feel like it affects
imagine
more
being-
people around you. Like with cancer, like people obviously gonna be sad, but with Alzheimer's, you're like pestering them with sadness. Like it's just like
seriously, imagine growing old with someone your entire life, and you just start to lose your mind, and they have to watch you while you can't even remember their name. That's insane.
Well, okay, are we talking about in terms of being bad for the person or being bad for like everybody?
well, I think it's important to take both into account.
Yeah.
Like personally, if I knew someone really well, I would rather have them have cancer than Alzheimer's. Personally,
Gotcha. I mean,
it's a big statement.
I feel like the thing with Alzheimer's is that like, wouldn't you? It couldn't be as bad for the individual person because
true.
like you wouldn't be conscious
true,
of the
yeah.
fact that what you're doing is really bad or like that what's happening to you is really bad.
Also,
is
you
true.
could consider it like people like cancer usually usually does not care about age. While Alzheimer's, it's like disproportionately affecting really old people. So if you look at it completely from a logical standpoint, where you want people to have the longest lifespan possible, you'd want to eradicate cancer over Alzheimer's or whatever.
And I'm sure cancer has more like kills.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
I
you
don't know
can
why I said it like
a
that.
death
Yeah,
to
kills was a weird
Alzheimer's.
word to use there, Nick, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Redacted. It has killed more people.
Redacted.
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 What?
We were just talking about incredible diseases. Okay.
Okay, here's the next question. What is your favorite day of the week?
This is stupid. I hate this.
Wednesday.
Thursday?
Friday, y'all.
Wednesday.
Why is Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday is one of the worst days.
No, Wednesday's the hump day.
Yeah, and it's a hump day because it's like you have to push through the hump and it's terrible.
But it's a minimum day.
Okay, but let's take it out of the
You
context.
gotta
of
understand, the
also
sun
one.
does not go down earlier on Wednesdays.
No, but it's a
What are we? Oh no! You know what we should do? We should rank the days. We should like say our
Yeah,
personal
this is
ranking of the days,
awesome.
and then
This is
try to
awesome, yeah.
form a collective list. Personally, I think that the best days go Saturday, Friday, Sunday,
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, actually.
Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Monday. I
Okay,
think
Mondays-
Tuesday can be chill because it's not like too deep in the week where you feel like crap, but it's also like not so close to the weekend that you're just yearning for that. You know, I feel like Tuesday it's not as bad as everybody says it is.
Tuesday shock. Huh?
Tuesday's not that terrible.
No, I agree with Robert.
Haha, take that, Pahul.
I think Monday's pretty awesome. Monday's
Pahul
awesome.
sauce.
Because
Sorry,
like
that-
you know,
That
yeah,
was a
yeah,
little
yeah. You
far.
better be sorry. Because once Monday's over and I'm leaving school, it's like, oh my god, I'm done with Monday. That's awesome.
No, but
That's why
the
Monday's
reason that you
awesome.
feel happy like that is because you feel like crap about having to
But
go
I
to school
like
that
the
day.
happy feeling more than, and I don't care about the crap feeling. And so I'm gonna go with Monday as my favorite day, as my second favorite day. This
He's
goes
just doing that to feel different.
And that's on
Wednesday,
baby.
Wednesday, Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday. Friday suck.
All right, that was a better question than I expected. Okay, let's do
I
two
still
more.
didn't answer. I hate.
What?
I didn't get to
You
list
said you
mine.
agreed
Oh
with
my
Robert.
god, Nick, just answer.
So, I think
Oh, yeah,
Saturday,
this is gonna be like a 5-minute long thing.
Friday?
Sorry, go on.
Saturday, Wednesday.
Nice.
No, wait, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Minimum day.
Sunday. No, Thursday, Sunday,
Ah,
and then Monday.
Sunday is kind of a crappy day because it's like the
Yeah,
day where you
Sunday
have to do
sucks.
get
I
work.
I hate
Sunday.
Sunday so much.
Anyways, and that's
I-
from the perspective on like a bad week. If it was a good week, my list would be different.
Dang, Nick, that was profound.
Thanks,
Thank
bro.
you so much for sharing your opinion on that question. That really did help contribute to the podcast.
I don't mean to brag, but we have 5 stars on iTunes as we speak.
Oh,
Oh!
we have 3 reviews, right?
Yeah, one from Tilissa Ores, one from you. I'm pretty sure you're the Carscast Moviecast fan, right?
No, I'm not Bob
okay, yeah.
Are you
and-
serious, Robert? That's your
and-
account?
And my name is Jeff the podcaster on the thing.
And you gave us a 5.
Yeah. And I said, this is
Okay.
awesome.
The fact that we have a 5-star review that is not from us is actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What did the reviews say? You should read them out loud.
Okay.
Oh, Robert, that reminds me. We were gonna have reviews of Scoob, but like 1 star.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
It's a little too late to go back on. It's too late, Nick.
Totally cool, bro. By Cast Moviecast podcast fan. This podcast is like totally awesome. Super cool. Really sick. Love this by Elise458. This podcast is so fun to listen to. Okay, I don't like doing this. I hate this part. Please cut this out. It just seems like we're just like bragging about our reviews. This sucks. Timestamp. Cut this out. I'm
You
sorry.
need to calm
I'm so
down.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Paul, you're
listeners.
getting worked up over this. You need to calm down, man. It's okay.
I'm not reading our reviews. That's so. I'm not gonna. I'm not.
They
I'm not
do
gonna
that on the
cuss, but it's just-
Cursecast movie cast,
I don't know. I just feel like a douchebag doing it. But thank you for the reviews, to like the genuine reviews, which is one.
which is one of them.
Yeah.
We should, yeah. Maybe you'll start texting a bunch of people and ask them to review our podcast.
Nah, that's weird, dude.
I'll
It's fine.
make a
Let them review.
TikTok.
What if we make literally like thousands and thousands of accounts and get our like podcast to the highest rated podcast?
Okay,
on Apple?
okay, no. So here's what.
Why are we discussing
So we have like
this?
we have like 20 plays, like 20 people listen to our podcast, and we have like 400,000 reviews.
We could offer like $5 for every review, and we'd basically be like paying
Okay.
for reviews.
But
This is like a
realize how
state.
many people. That's
Status.
400,000 times 5.
I wonder what's the highest rated podcast on Apple Podcasts.
I think it's Joe Rogan.
Podcast on Apple Podcast. Okay, question in the meantime while I look this up. If you inherited or won $1 million, what's the very first thing you would do with the money?
If
Save
you
it.
inherited or earned $1 million, what would the? I would hire an accountant. I would hire an investor, a portfolio manager. I'd hire a lawyer, and then I'd just build up on that money.
The number 1 podcast is Call Her Daddy. And the number 2 is the Joe Rogan Experience.
Gosh darn it!
That's weird. Number 3 is The Daily. Number 4 is Crime Junkie.
I
And number
listen to The
5 is
Daily.
Wind of Change.
The Daily is really cool.
Yeah, you know, I think our goal is to breach the top 100.
Yeah, we should do that. Like by like in 20 years or something.
That
I think
sounds
that's
really hard. Like that. That's
No, not in terms of like people who listen to it. In terms of like people who give it 5 stars.
when I had a blog thing back in the day. I used to write like 6 or 7 posts every 2 hours, and I used to just spam all the time until I got famous. So that's what we should do. We should have a podcast episode every day or something.
Oh, Nick, would you edit that?
no.
That would be so cool if we did like an hour-long podcast every single day. That's so much content.
I'll take like, how can we watch 3 movies every day?
No. We'd
That's
review like we could review like short films on YouTube.
Why are we even considering this?
Okay, Nick, what would you do with $1 million?
Well, I think I'd just save it. There's no like, I'd buy a
Don't
yacht.
save it. Hire a manager or something. You need to grow your money. You can't just.
Well,
put
okay.
it
At
in the
what
bank.
age would I inherit this money?
Now, like
Oh,
today.
now. Okay. I would put it all into college, and then once I'm out of
Oh, that's a good idea.
once I'm out of college, I would use it to buy a home, and if I have any left over,
Raise a family,
no, I don't want a family.
buy a home,
Um,
raise a good old-fashioned family.
Oh,
Feed your
I'd buy a home
kids.
in like the outskirts of
quiet
Silicon
life.
Valley where the houses are really cheap, and then a few years later I'd just sell it for like $5 trillion. And
yeah,
I'd have
I'll just buy and flip a house. It's cool.
No, you
$1
should.
trillion
Yeah,
dollars. That just hit me. Sorry.
it might be smart to buy a bunch of houses like around Silicon Valley, and then soon enough,
The
You're
first
making bank.
trillionaire was the guy to sell a single house.
it was just such a good house.
multi-trillions.
It got
like the
hyped
center
up
of the
as the
world.
best house of all time.
It was made of antimatter.
Yeah, isn't it crazy that a gram of antimatter is worth like $15.4 trillion?
That's a lot of
Pretty
cash.
cool. Yeah, that's a lot of cash. I don't know what I'd do. I think I'd spend a lot of money on Cartwright or Rush Plus to get all the cosmetics and stuff. Like, I mean, imagine opening your PayPal account and having like a $5 trillion in there. That's so insane. Like I'd be like, what?
That's your
Well,
reaction. You'd be like, "What?"
Okay, I
I
have
think
a
I'd work
question.
again.
What is antimatter?
That's a really. I have no idea. I
This-
just.
Yeah, it's weird. Like,
Next
it
question.
just the opposite of existence?
I think so. I mean, it's just such a weird name.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know,
very
dude.
strange.
I don't want to say anything because I have no idea. I have literally no idea.
Nick, this is your task.
Yeah, this is your
Figure
time to
out
shine. You're
what
like the
it is.
nerd. Yeah, you're like the the sigma to the x equals I to the 2 power plus
What was the
5,
question?
6, 7.
What is antimatter? Like, what is it? Okay. Should we do one more question, or should we just call it here?
Verita serum. That's the YouTube channel that
Let's
probably
do
knows.
Veritasium. What the hell? Why'd you pronounce it like that? Are you joking?
I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce it.
What the heck is wrong with you?
Wait, what just happened? What just happened?
Wait, what?
Verita serum.
He pronounced it Veritasium, and it's pronounced Veritasium.
Wow. Yeah, Pahul, that's a new place.
Oh, we really
right.
switched places for this podcast.
Well, no, yeah. I mean,
Screw you. How dare you call me Nick?
I didn't call you Nick.
No, Robert.
Nick.
I'm surrounded by idiots. Anyways, if I had $1 million, I'd spend it on a popcorn and some snacks from the cinema.
Up top, bang. Okay, I think we
can't
should
find the
call
camera.
it.
It was just Shaggy.
I think we should call it here. We've dragged this on for. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Willa even gave up at this point. It's so freeing to finally
If you're,
say her
if you're
name.
hearing this, Willa, the coupon code is 47U29678. Go to Panda Express, 50% off on me.
It's just not true.
What if that actually happens to be a coupon code? Like you just magically guessed a coupon code. That would be wild.
Yes.
Okay.
It could happen.
So we need to figure out a way to end the podcast. So I think I'm going to end it with what will be our ending music next week. So it's kind of like a precursor. Are you guys ready?
Yes,
Let's do it.
that's so stupid.